The House Republicans have blocked FAA funding over a fight over a simple subsidy of $16.5 million for rural air service. So we had told you about this before. A lot of the rural airports were being shut down. Well, it turns out the entire FAA is being shut down, in fact, and it's starting to affect everybody. Luckily, their traffic controllers are still coming into work, but a lot of them aren't even getting paid. In fact, 4,000 FAA employees have already been laid off. This is the extent of the damage that the Republicans want to do to government, that they're even willing to risk air traffic controllers not coming in. Now, how the hell are we going to land the planes without air traffic controllers? But these guys are looking to drown government in a bathtub. That's what Grover Norquist said. But that's anarchy. You can't land planes if there aren't air traffic controllers, let alone the rest of the FAA. Now, it gets even dumber. Look, part of the reason that they're doing this is because it's actually a labor union issue. I'm going to get back to that in 1 second. But in order to spite the labor unions and over this, and also as part of this supposed $16.5 million that they're concerned about, well, over the last couple of weeks, we have stopped collecting taxes because that's one of the things that the FAA does. They collect taxes from the airlines. We've lost $250 million in tax revenue. How does that make any sense? If it's actually over $16.5 million, they'd have made that up in like half a day. We've lost over 10 times that amount in revenue. You know, if they don't come back soon, we're going to lose $1.2 billion in revenue if Congress recesses as it's supposed to do, and they come back and resolve it on the first day after their recess. We would already lose $1.2 billion. What happened? I thought the Republicans wanted to balance the budget. They don't give a damn about balancing the budget. They're probably happy about this. They're like, hey, our corporate buddies at the airlines aren't paying taxes. That's fantastic. The planes crash, who cares? All these people got laid off, who cares? They're not getting paid, who cares? It's not just that. They have stopped over 200 construction projects. That costs even more jobs, hurts the economy even more. So, obviously, this can't be over $16.5 million, although the Republicans have blocked it every time. The Democrats say it's over this other labor issue where the Republicans say that they don't want to do the long-term FAA funding because of a labor provision in a separate agreement. Well, we have the facts. Number one, the people who have actually stopped this is every time they went up for a unanimous vote, because this should be a no-brainer, Orrin Hatch has stopped it 3 times over the last 10 days. Orrin Hatch is a Republican. When asked, hey, why are you doing this? He said, quote, I've been asked by our leadership to make these objections. What is important here, and it's not some itty-bitty little thing, is that you have labor regulators out of control. In other words, it is the unrelated labor issue. That's what he said every time, and he's saying he represents Republican leadership. So they're willing to lose all that revenue just to crush the unions just a little bit more. And you know what? It's not just Democrats complaining anymore. Kay Bailey Hutchinson, a Republican senator from Texas, says she's basically embarrassed of what her own party's doing. Watch.
We're going to lose $1 billion in the Aviation Trust Fund if we leave this Congress for the month of August and we don't extend the FAA. I cannot think of anything more fiscally irresponsible than to tax the users, not put it in the Aviation Trust Fund, and have to replace that money at some point. And, you know, I'm a conservative. I'm a fiscal conservative. I'm trying to make the cuts that are necessary, trying to do the things that are right. But I have to question those who are saying that we are going to not be for an essential air service, which has a total budget of about $200 million. Oh, but we're going to waste $1 billion to not let a bill go through that keeps the Aviation Trust Fund and the FAA going.
You have to understand something. Not only did they lose a Republican senator from Texas, she goes out in public and makes that speech against her own party. That's how wrong they are. But they don't care. They've never cared about being fiscally responsible. I don't know if she didn't get the memo on that. All they care about is crushing the unions to give management a little bit of an advantage, to make the rich just a little richer and make the average guy a little poorer. Even if it costs our country over $1 billion, they don't give a damn. I just hope to God that those air traffic controllers keep showing up to work. You know the easiest way to support the show? Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Totally free. Press the button, boom.
Yeah, you subscribe, and every time we upload a video, you get notified about it, so you're always in the loop.
You can see all of our videos whenever you want to. Fun for everybody.
Not only fun, it's the only way that we're able to be independent media.
And then you can say about our show.
Like jumping in.
People who watch our show are very informed.
I don't know what else to say about it. Oh, there it is.